I don't know if you watched any of the process during the Ambler Farm lease discussion and the Board of Finance getting involved in that. Do you think
Yeah.
that, the Board of Finance handled its concerns well? Was the town's interest represented? Was Ambler Farm? What do you think about that whole situation?
Okay. So again, with that whole situation, I only am aware of what I read in your newspaper. So I did not watch it online, and I read the article probably 2 weeks ago, maybe. So it's not completely fresh in my mind. But, another thing for me, and this is maybe from my career on Wall Street, it's always you ask the question, well, what's the option? What's the alternative? So I think with Ambler Farm, like, okay, I understand that the town doesn't want the expense of the yellow house, and I don't remember if it was like $1 million to renovate the yellow house and another million for the white house or something like that. But like again, like why not turn the yellow house into 4 or 5 like 900 square foot affordable housing units or studios or one bedrooms or something? Like so, but in terms of how the Board of Finance handled that, like of course I understand their concerns. And no, you don't want to have a 100-year lease. That's kind of crazy, but maybe it's a 40-year lease or 50. Like that doesn't seem like it should be a big hurdle to overcome. And then I think asking friends of Ambler Farm that they should be more responsible for it, for the financial upkeep of it, I did not agree with that because I feel that I'd have to look more closely at what Friends of Ambler Farm does, but I think that they truly manage the property and they're a 501(c)(3). It's not like they're holding events there. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, if they hold events there or something, or they're using it and they have their Friends of Ambler Farm events that they have there, do they make money on any of that stuff? And if they make the money, what do they do with the money? Does it go back into like it just Friends of Ambler Farm, I guess, does not strike me as a money-making undertaking. So I'm not sure why the town would be looking to them then to be like, okay, you have to contribute to the financial upkeep of this when, that was never the agreement. And from what I read, that, they kind of not as a favor, but they are they're providing a service to the town for free. They're like a property manager of this historical property, and they're basically the property manager, and they're not getting paid for that, I don't believe. Do they get money from the town? No, right? So it seems like they're actually providing an unpaid service, that they're a property manager for this town property that we all love and that we all use. Like, yeah, I used it much more when my kids were younger, but and again, being from Wall Street, it's kind of like, well, what's the alternative? So if Friends of Ambler Farm is saying it again, like you can't get blood from a rock, like we are not, no one here wants to undertake fundraising for that property. Like, don't put it on us. We can't do that, and we didn't sign up for that. Okay, so then what are you going to do? Are you going to like sell Ambler Farm? Or are you going to try to find somebody else to like take care of it? Like, what are your options? And I just feel like Friends of Ambler Farm has worked really hard and done a really good job. And I think that they should be treated as a partner with respect. And I'm not sure that's what happened. The fact that they got a grant and it's a matching grant and I think it's a matching grant, but that it's not even collected. Like, I don't know. Again, I just felt like the Ambler Farm situation, it seemed combative, and I think that it's a bunch of really good people on both sides, and that everybody should be working together to come up with a creative solution, not kind of battling the way they are.